A 5-game winning streak, a 3-game losing streak, impressive wins over the likes of St. Albans, South Charleston, and Nitro, and disappointing defeats at the hands of James Monroe, Mingo Central, Hurricane, and others. It was all part of a roller coaster regular season for Greenbrier East Lady Spartans, who finished with a solid 15-7 record through it all. Head coach Jim Justice, though, has his team peaking at the right time. The regular season ended with 5 straight victories, including perhaps the most impressive and certainly the most complete performance on Saturday in a 67-36 thrashing of what had been a quality Chapmanville club on senior night. Tonight, the Lady Spartans carry that momentum into a new season, the postseason, which begins here at Spartan Gym in Fairleigh. It's win it or end it time for Greenbrier East as it takes on Princeton to open the Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 tournament, and the loser of this one will see its season come to a close. These two old rivals are anything but strangers. The second-seeded Lady Spartans and the third-seeded Lady Tigers met twice during the regular season, with both contests going the way of the green and gold. East won 41-26 in this building back on December 13th, and then left Princeton with a 55-52 victory on February 9th. None of that matters tonight, though, as this is the meeting that means the most. Princeton walks into Spartan country with a 9-13 record. It's lost 7 of its last 9 games during a daunting schedule, but it still enters with some confidence after taking East to the wire just a couple weeks ago. Will the Lady Tigers play spoiler and bring the season to a premature close for Justice's club, or will East pick up right where it left off on Saturday and keep the season alive at least a little longer by completing the season sweep? We'll find out together as we bring you all the action here on Oldies 93 WKCJ. So join me, Cam Huffman, and Eric Workman for every dribble, pass, shot, and steal of a WVSSAC postseason basketball showdown. Spartans, prepare for glory. It's Greenbrier East and Princeton coming your way, and when we return on the Fritz's Pharmacy of Alderson Lady Spartan Countdown, it'll be time to get the thoughts of the head coach. Don't go anywhere. Lady Spartan basketball is on the air.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage, Lewisburg.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Da-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Christmas!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Shirt, signs, and embroidery. For Southern West Virginia, we can handle all your needs. From signs to apparel to uniforms, we offer all the services that you're looking for. Choose Mocha, yeah, Mocha for embroidery and more. Call 304-772-4444.
The power of 3, Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
Hi, I'm Janet Niehawk with S.J. Niehawk Lumber, your home solution for 75 years. Whether your project's small or large, we can help fill your needs. Good luck to the athletes and coaching staff of Greenbrier East Spartans for the year 2022-23. Go Spartans!
Tamarack Marketplace in Beckley is the official road game stop of Lady Spartan basketball, providing pregame meals for the players and coaches on every trip. Make Tamarack your pregame destination and enjoy sandwiches, wraps, soups, and salads, as well as a wonderful selection of entrees such as West Virginia rainbow trout, meatloaf with gravy, and chicken pot pie. Don't forget the delectable desserts, including Greenbrier peaches and cream, and an all-day brunch on Sundays. That's Tamarack Marketplace, the official road game stop of the Lady Spartan.
University of Alderson Lady Spartan Countdown, joined now by head coach Jim Justice. Coach, the postseason's here. You can feel the buzz in the air, but before we talk about that, let's talk about Saturday. It was a whole lot of fun finishing up the season with an impressive win over Chapmanville. Your team started fast, finished fast, played well all the way through.
Well, Cam, that's exactly right. You know, we got out to a 10-5 lead. You know, I really believe this wholeheartedly. You know, they came into the game, Chapmanville. They thought, you know, the teams they had beaten were quality teams. They'd beaten Nitro by 15. You know, for crying out loud, they really thought they were coming out of here with a win. Well, we got on them. We kept the enthusiasm up because I mean, I'll promise you, I'll bet anything you want to bet. If they would have developed a little bit of confidence or a little bit of calm, they'd have beaten us. And then their coach got, not just like their coach, but their coach got a little rattled. We jumped up like by 8 early in the second quarter, and she jerked her starters out of the game because she was upset with them because they weren't playing very well. And then she put in a bunch of kids that were younger kids, and we immediately, and the shorter kids, and we immediately went big and went to our press. And then we just, that's when the game was over. I mean, we went up by 23 and game over.
You mentioned there what confidence could have done for them if they could have got it going. What kind of confidence does your team take out of playing a game like that?
I think really good. I mean, you know, Cam, we'll see. But, you know, we played real patient. You know, we always, you know, in a 2-3 zone, we press out of it. And but I told him, I said, let's just see what we got and what we're dealing with. And we played that zone pretty well. And then when we did go to the press, we had a lot of energy and everything, I think it's a big confidence building.
It's obvious if you just look at the stats what Cadence and Kennedy have done for you the last few games. They've really shot the ball incredibly well, scoring a lot of points. But I just wanted to kind of talk about a little bit some of your role players, Ryan White, Caroline Dodson, the roles that they're playing every night, the things they do that maybe people don't notice that really make you a better basketball team.
Well, they are, and they're getting better. You know, they still make a lot of mistakes. They're still real young, you know, but they're solid basketball players, and they're getting better all the time.
Princeton tonight, it's a team you know well. You've seen them twice, 2 wins over them. It's always difficult to beat a team 3 times, but I imagine your team comes in with a lot of confidence, knowing what they can do against this group of Tigers tonight.
Well, we're going to make them shoot it and earn it, you know. And if they can shoot it really well from the outside, we'll adjust. But they're going to have to earn it. I mean, that's all there is to it. And you know, I expect our kids to come out and play well and everything. It's still a group, but it's a peculiar group from the standpoint that you still got an awful lot of kids that when they enter the game, they think of nothing in the world but putting it up. You know, got to score. And the team concept, to be perfectly honest, we still got a long ways to go on that.
When you look at the postseason, in a lot of ways, this game is the one that's most important because, you know, if you win this one, you'll at least have a shot of winning a game to go to Charleston. So a lot on the line tonight for sure.
Well, it is. But you know, this is tournament time. I mean, this is what it's all about right here, you know. And, you know, you play, you move on. You don't play, you go home, and that's all there is to it.
The regular season of high school basketball is all about peaking at the right time and being ready for tournament time. Do you feel like you're where you want to be and peaking at the right time right now?
Cam, we could have never in the world played a better game than we played against Chapmanville. I mean, at one time I looked up and Chapmanville was about to get 40 put on them. The score, I think, was 63 to 25, and I said, my God, living, I can't believe it, you know, and everything. But everything worked. Everything worked, you know, and you won't have that every night by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, I think you've done a great job with them, have them in the right spot, so let's keep it rolling and get a win tonight and keep moving on in this postseason.
Well, these kids play hard, and let's just do that.
Sounds like a plan. There he is, head coach Jim Justice. When we come back, it'll be time for basketball. It's Princeton and Greenbrier East. The winner go home in the sectional tonight at Spartan Gym in Fairleigh on Oldies 93 WKCJ. Welcome back to Spartan Gym in Fairleigh. It's almost game time and a winner-go-home game tonight, the first game of the sectional tournament. The unique system we have here in West Virginia of the sectional tournament. The first game is the one that matters most because that's the one where the team goes home. If you win this one, you've at least got a shot to play for a for a trip to the state championship, state tournament. So big game tonight, Greenbrier East. These two teams met before. Greenbrier East is 2-0. See if they can make it 3. It's time now for the introductions, and we'll turn that over to PA announcer Mark Trump right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Greenbrier East High School for tonight's opening round of the Class 4A Region 3 Section 2 Girls Basketball Tournament. Tonight's game features the Princeton Lady Tigers and your Greenbrier East Lady Spartans. At this time, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game, starting with the Princeton Lady Tigers under the direction of head coach Matt Smith. Please welcome sophomore number 25, Asia Collins. Junior number 2, Maddie Stull. Senior number 14, Kayla Davis. Senior number 4, Kylie Connor. And senior number 3, Autumn Bain. And now under the direction of head coach Jim Justice, please welcome your Greenbrier East Lady Spartans. Freshman, 5'4" freshman number 2, Kennedy Stewart. 6'1" freshman number 55, Hannah Fuller. 5'8" sophomore number 12, Caroline Dodson. 5'10" sophomore number 33, Ryan White. 5'8" senior number 5, Cadence Stewart. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The postseason is here. It's time for playoff basketball. Cam Huffman, Eric Workman with you. And Eric, for those who may be listening who don't understand the way the system works in West Virginia, let's take them through it real quick. This is a Section 2 matchup in Region 3. Greenbrier East in the section along with Woodrow Wilson, Oak Hill, and Princeton. Greenbrier East is the 2 seed, Princeton the 3 seed. They play this game tonight. And over in Beckley tonight, Woodrow Wilson is taking on Oak Hill. Those two winners will play. The two losers will see their season come to an end. The two winners will play each other on Friday night. The winners and losers of that game will both move on to a regional, and they'll play. The winner of the section will play the loser of the other sectional championship, and the winners of those regional games move on to state. So a little bit complicated, but the bottom line is tonight it's win or go home for Greenbrier East, and they control the tip to start. Caroline Dotson with it up between the circles. She gets a screen from Fuller, doesn't use it, gives it back to White on the wing. Now back up top to Dotson as she resets. She controls the traffic, motioning around the offense. Ryan White runs the baseline. She sets a screen for Kennedy Stewart. Caroline gets it back to White. Now inside to Fuller, nice move there. Fuller to the glass, doesn't finish it. And rebound Princeton. That was a perfect play run by Greenbrier East. They got exactly what they wanted there. Fuller just didn't finish. And back come the Tigers. It's Kylie Connor with it, the senior, holding it up top for the Tigers.
Tell you, Princeton came out in a triangle and 2, so we knew they were going to do that coming out of the big game Kennedy had down there, guarding both Stewarts.
Back up to Connor right in front of us on the right wing. She goes up top to Asia Collins. They'll swing it around. They try to force it inside just as Greenbrier East did to Stahl. She loses it out of bounds. It'll turn back over to the Spartans.
Tell you, Greenbrier East came out in their always mind-boggling 2-3 defense they play, and it just most teams just struggle against our defense like that.
Absolutely. As Kennedy Stewart brings it across midcourt. You still see that triangle in 2. So it's going to be a big opportunity for people like Ryan White, who has it right now on the wing, or Caroline Dotson, who has it on the left wing, to score points. Dotson fires a 3, can't get it to go. White nearly had the rebound, had it stolen away by Kylie Connor. Connor controls this Princeton offense as she crosses midcourt, looking over that 2-3 zone. She feeds it inside the stall. Now back out to Bain. Now down in the corner to Kaylin Davis. Shot put up, no good. Rebound underneath. Ryan White on the floor, gets it. Nice job by Ryan. Gets it in the hands of Kennedy. Here comes Kennedy pushing the tempo. She's going to go all the way to glass. She's at the block, loses it as she goes up for a shot, and they're going to say out on Kennedy. How's that possible? She either had to be fouled or had the ball knocked out of her hands. Yeah. There's no way that it's Princeton basketball. And the official looks at Coach Justice and said he doesn't know either.
Yeah.
With the one under the basket.
Absolutely blew the call.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no possible way physically that that's possible. Having flashbacks of our trip to Princeton now, Eric, because Princeton has it on the wing. Kylie Connor, she feeds it inside to Collins. Collins back out to Connor. Now Collins on the wing. She's going to drive in. Gets trapped there by Ryan White. Good defense as she feeds the baseline. Somehow ends up the hands of Kaylin Davis, and her reverse layup goes up and in for the first points of the game. 2-0 Princeton. Back comes Greenbrier East, moving right to left. Kennedy Stewart drives it in, has it stolen away. Into the hands of Collins. She's going to push the tempo. Collins stopped there by Kennedy. They're going to swing it, reverse it to the other side of the court. Autumn Bain takes a three and swishes it. Nice ball movement that time by Princeton to find Bain open on the wing. She drilled it, and it's 5-0 Tigers.
I tell you, so far that triangle and two's giving us fits a little bit. So
hand off to Kennedy up top. She drives into some trouble, but it's fouled there by Kaylin Davis, her first. We mentioned this the last time these teams met, Eric, or the last time they met here anyway. The kind of opposite ends of the spectrum here when it comes to grades for these kids. Princeton starts 3 seniors along with a junior and a sophomore, where Greenbrier East starts just the 1 senior, 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores. Kennedy Stewart dribbles between the circles. She's guarded there by Collins, looking for some help. She gets a screen into the lane now. Feeds it into Fuller. Fuller loses it above her head, and here comes Bain on the other end for Princeton. Bain met underneath the basket by Caroline Dotson, and she'll draw the foul. I'd like to see Dotson step up there and stop her a little earlier on that drive there, because she let her get kind of deep there, and there's nothing she could do but foul her.
yeah, she did. And I tell you, that's honest to goodness, that's Princeton's only offense they can do is run the floor, because they don't shoot it well. Coach said that in the pregame, and we've known that from playing the other 2 times. So hopefully we can get the transition stopped.
Bain makes the first free throw. It's 6-0. One thing you didn't want to do is give the Tigers any early confidence, but Greenbrier East has done that as Bain makes the next one, make it 7-0. You know, when you beat a team twice, if you get off to a good early start, they'll have memories of those games, come back quickly. But if you let them do this and get off to a good start, those are erased quickly. As Kennedy dribbles between the circles, looking for some help. She's double teamed out there. She hands off to Ryan White. White tries to feed it inside to Fuller. Her pass is too high, out of bounds to Princeton. Greenbrier East still looking for its first points. 4:39 to go. Tigers leading at 7-0.
I'll tell you, out of the 2 teams, just looking on paper, I wouldn't have thought that Princeton would give us the fits defensively like that to start the game. But
Collins with it between the circles. She goes left to Connor. Connor feeds it inside to Bain at the foul line. Now back out to Collins. She drives against White. Runs into some trouble there. Gets it back to Bain. Bain's going to get to the block. Puts the shot up. No good. Rebound, Caden Stewart. Caden's going to try to push the tempo. She dribbles through traffic. It's a 3-on-1. Cadence goes all the way to the basket. Lays it up and scores. Caden Stewart had seen enough. She was going to take it herself. She went coast to coast. Scored the first bucket of the game for Greenbrier East with this 4:05 mark to make it 7-2.
Transition. If the half-court defense is going to shut us down like that, we got to get out in transition. Good job by Cadence to push it.
Bain on the right wing. Holds the ball above her head. She dribbles in the paint. She's met there by 2 Spartan defenders. And the ball's stolen away now by Caroline Dotson. Dotson backs it out to reset a little bit. Now crosses midcourt. Spartans trail it 7-2 with 3:44 to go here in the opening quarter. Winner moves on to the sectional championship. Loser sees its season come to an end. Caden Stewart down on the left baseline, dribbles back to the wing, now reverses it to Ryan White. There's an open Caroline Dotson. She fakes the shot, then drives in the lane, puts it up way too strong. Hannah Fuller had the rebound. Her shot won't go, and Princeton secures the rebound.
That's a walk. That's a walk.
Bain had the ball underneath the basket, but she was trapped there by 2 Spartans, and looking to get rid of it, she fell to the floor and was called for the travel. So Greenbrier is going to end down underneath its own basket, trailing 7-2 with 3:22 to go. Kennedy Stewart looks to throw it in. She gets it to White on the left wing. White goes back to Caroline Dawson. Right wing wide open. Her three way too strong. Hits the side of the backboard. Back comes Princeton. Collins with it in the front court. Goes up top to Davis. Davis left wing to Bain. Bain's shot no good, but Collins, smallest player on the court, maybe besides Kennedy Stewart, controls the rebound. Now back out to Connor. Connor, we're going to reset the Princeton offense. Tigers leading at 7-2 as we tick under 3 minutes. Here's a left wing three from Davis.
Oh, my goodness.
Gets the bank. Threw it up there, nowhere close. Got the bank, and when it rains, it pours sometimes, and it's pouring on Greenbrier East here early as they trail it 10-2. Like to see the Spartans just settle down, get in their game. They're still fine as Kennedy Stewart Dribbles between the circles. She goes right wing to White. White cross court to Dotson. Dotson finds a little space, goes to the basket, puts it up, and is no foul called?
Nope, out of bounds.
Out of bounds. I think we're seeing that early on, Eric. They're letting a lot of contact go in the lane here tonight.
Yeah, they're letting them play. You can tell it's playoff basketball, can't you?
Yeah, so Greenbrier's going to have to adjust to that. You got to know how they're officiating it. As Ryan White had the ball in the corner and took steps, will turn it back over. We've seen more turnovers than shots for Greenbrier East here early on as they look flustered here in this
Just need to settle down.
game.
Just need to settle down a little bit.
We forget sometimes that it is a young Greenbrier East team. Not a whole lot of playoff experience, and maybe they're a little tight here early as Maddie Stahl goes to the basket and is bailed out with a foul.
Kennedy Stewart got her with a foul.
That's Kennedy's first, second team foul. Stahl going to go to the line. She's been good there all year. She was 2 for 3 the last time these teams met at the line. Scored 12 points in that game. That's her first today. She'll have another one, puts this one up and good. Makes it 12-2. Spartans down 10, 2:18. Time to get something going on offense. Here comes Kennedy across midcourt. She looks over the defense, gets a screen from White, and we're going to get a foul called away from the ball underneath. I believe that's going to go against Princeton's Kylie Connor.
Yeah, she's holding Cadence. She was right in front of the official and blasted her.
That's the second team foul. Connor's first. It'll allow Kenny Stewart to inbound underneath the basket. Kennedy gets it up top to Caroline. Loses it, but gets it back between the circles. She gives it back to Kennedy. Kennedy pressure all over her from Collins. Collins all over Kennedy. Connor all over Cadence as they know the Stewart sisters are the ones that can beat them here tonight. Now has it between the circles, gets a screen from Fuller. Goes all the way down in the left corner. Now gets it back up to Caroline. Caroline inside to Ryan White. Nice feed there, but White is quickly trapped as she dribbles along the baseline. Dribbled it on the baseline, out of bounds. Turnover to Princeton. Greenbrier East really struggling to find anything right now on offense as this triangle and two is smothering the Stewart sisters and cutting off the head of the snake, so to speak.
Absolutely. It's tough. I mean, it's junk defense, and that's what Princeton likes to do. And I know they worked on it last night. Good pass.
Good feed from Connor inside to Kaylin Davis. She lays it up and scores her 7th point of the night, and it's 14-2 Princeton. See how Greenbrier East responds to a little adversity here. They can play their game. They can get right back in this. If they feed it into Fuller. Fuller out to White. White, 3-ball from the corner.
Good shot.
Good. Big three from Ryan White. Greenbrier East needed that one. It makes it 14-5. Cuts it back to single digits with 55 seconds to go. Here's Connor with it on the other end for Princeton. She gets it down in the right corner, now in the middle of the stall. Back out to Connor. They're going to swing it all the way around the horn, down in the left corner to Davis. Davis goes cross court to Bain. She drives into the lane where she's met by a triple team there. Somehow gets it out of it, gets it back to Connor on the wing. Now up top to Stahl. Collins down in the left block to Davis. Short shot, no good. Rebound, Ryan White. 30 seconds to go. Greenbrier East trails it 14-5. Here comes Caroline across midcourt as the clock ticks to 26 seconds. She hands off to Kennedy. Kennedy guarded there by Collins as she smelled her breath all night. Kennedy gets down on the left corner, drives the baseline, stepped out of bounds. Unforced turnover there as Kennedy Stewart just tried to do too much with it, dribbled it out of bounds. Going to have to pass the ball to attack that defense. Too much dribbling on that possession.
Yeah, so they're hedging off the top of that triangle and two, so when we're screening, they're hedging it, and it's making it really difficult. Basically turns in 2 defenders on her.
Down in the corner now, Bain has it as she runs into a trap, and we're going to get a jump ball call.
How's that a jump ball? She went up in the air and came back down.
Yeah, I don't, Eric, I hate to criticize officials, but that one there has made a couple of them tonight to make you scratch your head. Inbounds past the stall. She's guarded there by Cadence. Somehow gets the ball up, scores the layup, and that's going to do it for our opening quarter. All Princeton here in the surprising opening quarter. We've played one. Tigers lead at 16-5. We'll be back on Oldies 93 WKCJ.
Captain Ashton Phillips. Co-captain Reagan Cochran. Co-captain Rihanna Murphy. Bailey Caraway. Mackenzie Friend. Nathaniel Boggs. Kinsley Workman. Jenny Thomas. Carly Dowdy. Bella Kirkham. Ava George. Naisha Jackson. Shanti Winston. Melissa Burns. Greenbrier East Spartan Cheerleaders.
For Princeton, things could not have gone any better in the first quarter. For Greenbrier East, it could not have gone any worse. And Princeton leads at 16-5 after one. After some words from Coach Justice, I'm sure a change in philosophy here, change in the plan. We'll see what Greenbrier East comes out with.
I guarantee he reiterated what they went over in practice yesterday. Because Kennedy told me they worked on a triangle and 2 offense. So hopefully we can get something good out of it right here.
Here's Kennedy with it, dribbling between her legs as she looks over the defense. Kennedy up top, gets it to McClure on the wing. McClure goes across the court to Dotson. Dotson dribbles into the lane, falls down, loses the basketball, throws it out of bounds. It'll turn over to Princeton. That's what we've seen so many times tonight, Eric, is turnover after turnover for Greenbrier East.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've lost track. I wasn't keeping them. I'll get in a second.
Up top, it's Lauren Berner with it for Princeton. She feeds it inside to Connor. Connor backs down Caden Stewart, turnaround jumper up and in.
Let me tell you something.
18-5.
Princeton hadn't shot this good since I've been watching them.
No, and if you're Greenbrier East, you can't panic. You got to know it's going to, the law of averages are going to come back at some point. You got to just keep playing your game. As McKenna McClure left open for a 3-ball in the corner. Good. McKenna McClure hits a big 3. Greenbrier East needed that one. It cuts the lead back to 10. It's 18-8. A couple times here tonight, Greenbrier East needed a 3. Got a big one. Got a big one from Ryan White and then one there from McClure. As on the other end, Connor puts it up. No good. Greenbrier East had the rebound, had it pulled right away from him. Now Southers with it in the lane, gets it to the left block to Berner, who puts the jumper up and scores. And you're right, Eric. They're not missing anything right now.
No, they're not. But, I mean, they're getting open shots, too. It makes it a little bit easier.
They are, but times this season, open shots haven't gone down for this Princeton team.
Right.
They are now. Inside to Fuller. Now she turns and throws it to nobody. It's going to go into the hands of Kennedy Stewart, but that's going to be a backcourt violation. And it'll be Princeton basketball once again. Liz Wooding's going to check in. Hannah's going to have a seat. As I mentioned earlier, Eric, we can sometimes forget about it because we're so used to seeing them this year, but this for Hannah Fuller, Kennedy Stewart, this is their first postseason play.
It is, yep.
They've made some mistakes that look like they're a little tight here tonight for sure.
That's right. And honestly, Princeton's a physical team, and they're not calling a lot so far, so it goes right into them.
And as we said, they're not calling a lot. They call Princeton with an offensive foul.
I'm going to keep saying it.
Please do.
Yep.
Lauren Berner called on that one. And the illegal screen. And it'll turn over to Greenbrier East. Spartans trail it 20-8. Kennedy Stewart goes to the left wing. Now dribbles back up top. Gets it to Cadence. Cadence with Kylie Connor all over. Drives in the lane. Tries to take it up against 3 Princeton defenders. Has it stripped away from her. And
good job,
Princeton
McKenna.
basketball. McClure steps in front of it, stops it down, but Princeton able to maintain possession as they've crossed the midcourt stripe. Get it inside to Wright, puts up a layup, no good. Collins with the rebound, she puts it up, no good. And Princeton gets its 3rd offensive rebound. Right now, Tigers just as they go to the wing, shot it up, no good, goes off Caden Stewart's head, but last touch by Princeton will turn over to Greenbrier East.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah, it's a little sloppy right now, as you said, Eric. It's Princeton just looks like it wants it more right now. They're getting every 50-50 ball.
They are.
And when you're down 20-8, you can't afford that. Greenbrier's going to have to change that. They need some hustle out there if they're going to get back in this one. Caroline Dotson out on the wing, gets it to Liz Wooding, foul line. Now swings it back out to McClure. McClure was open, but swings it right to Caroline Dawson. Her 3 ball off the mark. Rebound McClure, put up no good, but she's fouled.
Hey, McKenna came to play. She's fighting after stuff, getting boards, taking good shots.
Yeah, we need Dotson to find her shot too, Eric. She's kind of a streaky shooter at times, and tonight it's been way off on some open looks. Hopefully she can nail that in and track it down because we're going to need her. You know, when they run a triangle too, that leaves players like that open. They're going to have to knock them down for sure.
Absolutely.
McClure goes to the line and hits her first free throw. McClure has 4. It's 20-9. Greenbrier trails. McClure will have 1 more. She takes a deep breath, thinks about it. Now dribbles twice. Eyes on the rim, shot up and good.
Good shot.
McKenna McClure, the leading scorer for the Spartans right now. She has half of Greenbrier's 10. It's 20-10. Asia Collins out on the wing, gets it down in the corner. 3 ball on the way from Kaylee Wright. Too strong off the back iron. Battle for the rebound inside. I think we're going to get a jump ball call. We do. Possession arrow will point to Princeton.
Whew. Who shot that? I'm sorry, Kaylee Wright?
Yes.
Right.
Brian White going to check in. Caroline Dawson will sit down. As Collins inbounds underneath her own basket. Looks over the defense. They're getting close to a 5 count here. She's able to get it in the corner to Southers. Southers drives the baseline, now gives it to Collins. She'll back it back out. Look up the clock. 4:50 to go in the second quarter. 20-10 Princeton. 3 ball from the wing from Reagan Southers. She hits it. Eric, as you said, they have not shot it like this all year long, and right now they're just making everything, and it's 23-10. Kennedy Stewart down the corner, goes up top to McClure. McClure between the circles, feeds it inside to White. Now back to McClure. She's open for a 3, puts it up. No good, strong off the back iron. Good rebound there, Ryan White. Now back to McClure. She sets it up again. 4:21 showing on the clock. It's 23-10. Caden Stewart comes off a screen, fires a 3, misses it all. Good hustle there by McClure to try to save it, but they'll rule her out of bounds and they'll turn back over to Princeton. Greenbrier's going to show some pressure now. Like you said earlier, they need to find a way to get some transition buckets. And Princeton's Matt Smith wants a timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:12 to go. Greenbrier trails Princeton 23-10. You're listening to Lady Spartan Basketball on Oldies 93 WKCJ.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage, Lewisburg.
They have not seen all season long. Tigers, not a good shooting team, are lighting it up right now, and they lead at 23-10. If you're Greenbrier East, you got to find a way just to survive, Eric. Stay close, and eventually those shots are probably going to start missing as the law of averages will catch up with Princeton at some point.
Yeah, they will. My goodness. I mean, it's just not what we were expecting at all, right?
No, Spartans showing pressure in the backcourt. Princeton breaks through the trap. They're going to attack the basket. Stahl has it, left-handed layup, no good. She missed a wide open one. Big opportunity there for Greenbrier East, and on the rebound, they're going to say Princeton stepped out of bounds, so Spartans will get it back. There's the stop they needed. Yep. Now see if they can get some points. 23-10 as the clock ticks under 4 minutes to go. Kennedy brings it up the floor. Kennedy goes down in the corner to White. She holds it above her head on the right baseline. Now up top to Liz Wooding. Wooding from the foul line, jumper up off the back iron, gets the shooter's roll. Liz Wooding scores her first points, and it's 23-12. Spartans set up that trap again, but Southers goes right through it, no trouble. Nice hustle there by McKenna McClure to get back, knocked it off her foot out of bounds, and it took away an easy transition layup, and Princeton will have to set it back up underneath the basket.
Hey, it's just flat-out hustle right now. Who wants to hustle up and down the floor is going to be more successful.
Collins inbounds it to the corner to Bain. Bain met there by McKenna McClure, and she'll be whistled for a foul. Got a little too close. That's the third team foul. Hadn't been a whole lot of fouls. That's good news for the Lady Spartans, is you don't have anybody in foul trouble for sure. As Collins looks to inbounds. She gets it to Southers down in the right corner in front of the Greenbrier East bench. She runs into a trap from McClure and Kennedy Stewart. Ball fed inside now to Stahl. Stahl goes up with it. Is tied up. Jump ball.
Good job.
Points to Greenbrier East. So there's a couple stops in a row now for Greenbrier East. See if they can get some points and cut it down. Points here would get it back to single digits and just start chipping away.
Yep, just chip away at it and do what you know what to do.
Here's Kennedy, comes off a screen, gets it inside to Wooding. Wooding, nice pass to White. White takes the dribble, goes out to McClure. McClure, top of the key, three. McKenna McClure, another big one. She's come to play tonight. She has 8 points, and it's 23-15 as the Spartans slowly start to chip away. Princeton trapped in the corner. They throw it out of bounds. Turnover to Greenbrier East. Here come the Lady Spartans, and you can feel the energy in the building for the first time with 3 minutes to go. East trails it by 8. Wooding going to inbound in front of the Princeton bench. She's been key to this run here as Stewart has a 3-ball up top. No good. Big rebound by White. She kicks it back out to Kennedy Stewart. 3 in! Kennedy Stewart 3-ball from the wing. Her first points of the game, and it's 23-18. Back comes Princeton on the other end. Connor guarded by Caden Stewart. You can feel the momentum starting to swing. Here's Bain, 3-ball from the wing up and in. My goodness. Where did they start shooting like this? 26-18. Princeton ends a little spurt there for the Spartans, but see if Greenbrier can keep the pressure on. Kennedy Stewart between the circles. She's looking for a screen from her sister. Now gets it right wing to McClure. McClure feeds it inside to Cadence. Cadence back out to McClure. Another 3-ball. Good! McKenna McClure has 11 points. It's 26-21. Greenbrier East making a run here with 2:06 to go. Here comes Princeton across midcourt. Davis has it, guarded by Stewart. Davis goes behind her, back on the right wing. Now Kennedy Stewart picks her up as she goes back up top to Connor. She's going to swing it to Bain on the wing again. This time, no. Cadence Stewart's there for the rebound. Cadence gets it to Kennedy. Here comes Kennedy across midcourt. 1:48. Spartans trail by 5. Kennedy going to stop, pop a 3. Liz Wooding there for a rebound as Stewart missed it all. Liz tries to feed it inside McClure. McClure wasn't ready for the pass, and it's stolen away by Princeton.
Come on, Ryan.
Here comes Davis across midcourt. Davis hands it off to Connor. Connor between the circles gets it inside to Bain. Bain's going to try to back down Wooding, and that's another bad call by that same official as she just threw it out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul on Liz Wooding, who was standing straight up that time. Just the 4th team foul, though, so it won't be shots, and Princeton will have to inbound. You usually in these playoff games get different officials that you're not quite used to seeing, Eric, and this one has struggled tonight. Princeton gets it in. New body, Carly Hunt in there, fires a shot, no good. Ryan White skies for the rebound, and she's fouled as she does. Foul goes against Maddie Stoll, her first. And the 5th team foul with 1:23. Spartans down just 5. They've cut it back. Nice little run here as Kennedy Stewart crosses midcourt. She's guarded there by Collins, gets it down the corner. McKenna feeds Cadence on the baseline. Cadence dribbles above her head, and they're going to call her for a double dribble after she had controlled the ball. Well, she controlled the ball, took 2 dribbles, then the coach complained, and then the whistle blew.
Well, the thing, it wasn't a double dribble. It was a carry,
yeah. He is out of place here tonight. I hate to be critical of officials, but wow. As they get the ball in the hands of Connor. Connor across midcourt.
Googly moogly.
Gets it to Bain on the wing. She drives in against Wooding, off the glass, scores it. Bain has 10, and a lead back to 7. It's 28-21 with 51 seconds. Here comes Kennedy Stewart driving, finds a little space, fires a 3. Strong off the back iron, rebound in the hands of Princeton's Carly Hunt. Here come the Tigers. Collins with it with 38 seconds on the wing. She goes back up top to Connor. Connor inside the Stahl. Stahl goes back out to Bain. She's been hot from 3, and she hits another one. Autumn Bain puts the lead back to 10. It's 31-21 with 24 seconds to go. Kennedy Stewart on the wing gets a screen from Ryan White. Kennedy going to stop, pop a 3, hits it on the foul! Kennedy Stewart had just an inch of space, let it fly. She was fouled, got the shot, and she'll go to the line to try to complete the 4-point play. 15 seconds to go. Big shot there by Kennedy Stewart. Makes it 31-24. The points are not on the scoreboard yet. And we're having a little chat here. Yeah, the basket is good, but they haven't put the points up yet. They still haven't. I don't know what we're waiting on here. They're going to call the official over.
It was on number 23. There is no 23. 25. Asia Collins.
The points still aren't on the scoreboard. That was a three. They still haven't put enough points. It should be 25. Princeton on the inbounds pass, loses it out of bounds. It's going to be Greenbrier East basketball. It should be 31-25. Scoreboard still says 31-24.
No, that's what Stacy called him over for. He asked if it was a 3 or a 2. He said her foot was on the line. Only counted as a 2.
It wasn't. There's another missed call. We're keeping track here. We're going to start keeping a tally.
Yeah, no kidding.
McKenna McClure, 3-ball from the wing. McKenna McClure. That's 4 threes from McClure. It's 31-27. Stewart nearly steals the inbounds pass, and that's going to do it for the opening quarter. Greenbrier East has climbed back in this one with a spirited second quarter. It's 31-27 here at halftime. You're listening to the Warner Music School of Lewisburg halftime show on Oldies 93 WKCJ.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Da-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Logo, shirt, signs, and embroidery. For Southern West Virginia, we can handle all your needs. From signs to apparel to uniforms, we offer all the services that you're looking for. Choose Moco, yeah, Moco for embroidery and more. Call 304-772-4444.
The power of 3. Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
Hi, I'm Janet Niehawk with S.J. Niehawk Lumber, your home solution for 75 years. Whether your project's small or large, we can help fill your needs. Good luck to the athletes and coaching staff of Greenbrier East Spartans for the year 2022-23. Go Spartans!
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
Tamarack Marketplace in Beckley is the official road game stop of Lady Spartan basketball, providing pregame meals for the players and coaches on every trip. Make Tamarack your pregame destination and enjoy sandwiches, wraps, soups, and salads, as well as a wonderful selection of entrees such as West Virginia rainbow trout, meatloaf with gravy, and chicken pot pie. Don't forget the delectable desserts, including Greenbrier peaches and cream, and an all-day brunch on Sundays. That's Tamarack Marketplace, the official road game stop of the Lady Spartan.
Halftime here on the Warner Music School of Lewisburg's halftime show. Princeton leading Greenbrier East 31-27. Princeton led by as many as 13 points there in that opening half, but Greenbrier East came battling back, and thank goodness for McKenna McClure as she's played what's been her best game as a Spartan right here at the right time. She's knocked down 4 threes, has a pair of foul shots, 14 points, and that's kept Greenbrier East in this game as they trail it here by 4 at the break. And Eric, kind of a surprising first half. Greenbrier East started a mess. They were turning it over almost every time down the floor, and Princeton started shooting the ball better than they have all season long, and that's what allowed the Tigers to build up that 13-point lead. But Greenbrier slowly started to settle in, started to claw back, and the momentum right now as we go into halftime break, Princeton has to feel good about leading, but the momentum has to be on the Spartan bench right now.
Oh, absolutely. I'll tell you what, and I kept watching Princeton's bench. Coach is like, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Let me tell you something. You're up by 13 and Greenbrier East comes on a run as hot as we've been, I'd be a little bit worried going into halftime.
Yeah, for sure. It's and you know, we've said it a number of times during the first half. They just have not shot the ball like this season. So you have to think that's going to come back to the averages here before it's over with. So they're probably not going to shoot 50% in the second half as they did in the opening half. So if you're Greenbrier East, you feel good about where you are. You've kind of withstood that run, and now you get back to playing Lady Spartan basketball and see if you can come out of here with a victory.
Absolutely, and we talk about turnovers. Greenbrier East with 11. Okay, the other night against Chapmanville, I think we ended with what?
Single digits.
Yeah, single digits the whole game, you know.
Yeah.
So we just need to slow down ourselves, and I'll tell you what, I keep saying slow down, but our best offense right now is transition, okay? Getting down there and then getting the ball to paint and then kicking it out, honestly, to McKenna, right? And then let's talk about her points, 14, right? Well, she's giving you that much more on defense and rebounding the basketball, too.
Yep.
She's playing outstanding. Now we just need everybody else to find suit and roll right with her.
Absolutely, and we did straighten it out with our scorers table here as they did rule that Kennedy Stewart 3-ball, what we thought was a 3-ball, where she got fouled and went to the line, made a foul shot, was actually a 2. I still want to see the video on that. I'm pretty convinced that was a 3-pointer, but it's not going to count, so that's why it's 31-27 instead of 31-28 here at the half. But entertaining first half. You can definitely say that.
Oh, absolutely entertaining. It's a physical game. We knew it was going to have to be that way with Princeton. These officials are letting them play. We talked about playoff basketball. There's a lot of fun basketball going on, but obviously you don't like it when you're down at halftime. But I know Coach is in there coaching them up, and they're going to come out ready to go.
All right, well, we'll take another break here on the Warner Music School of Lewisburg halftime show. When we come back, we'll go over all those first half stats. You're listening to Lady Spartan Basketball on Oldies 93 WKCJ. We're back on the Warner Music School of Lewisburg halftime show. Both teams out on the floor getting up some shots before the start of the second half. And, Eric, when you take a look at the numbers, Princeton, as we mentioned a number of times, 50% from the field, just shot the ball incredibly well. Bain, who is a decent shooter but doesn't usually shoot it like that, is 4 of 7 and from the field, 3 of 5 from three-point range, has 13 points overall. So that's just something Greenbrier East wasn't expecting.
Yeah, and you and I were talking about a second ago was the three-pointers Greenbrier East has taken. We're 6 for 14, which is not bad. But McClure is 4 or 5. So you sit there and break it down. The other ones we're just not making. We don't make shots we're normally making right now. So if you're Greenbrier East, you got to feel good because you know at some point they're not going to shoot as well, and then our scorers are going to score. So
right, yeah. So Greenbrier East, other than McClure, 1 of 11 from three-point range. We got to get some of those to fall because you're going to have some open looks as they're doing that triangle and 2. Is going to leave players like Ryan White, Caroline Dotson, McClure open on the wing for some 3 balls. You got to be able to knock them down. And McClure is going to get some attention here in the second half. So who steps up now for Greenbrier East?
That's going to be the question. Yeah. Okay. And you got Ryan White and Caroline Dotson that are very, very, very capable of double digits themselves and doing what they do every game by loose balls and rebounds and all the good stuff that they do. So this should be an exciting second half.
And we're ready to go. We appreciate you listening to the Warner Music School of Lewisburg halftime show. It is now time for the second half of action. Greenbrier East trailing Princeton 31-27 in this winner-go-home game here in the WVSSAC postseason. It'll be Greenbrier East basketball to start. Nope, I'm sorry. It'll be Princeton basketball to start. They'll be going right to left. And it'll be Kaylin Davis triggering the inbounds pass for the Tigers. She gets it in the back court to Connor, and we're underway here in the second half. Connor drives in, gets a screen. She's guarded there by Caden Stewart. Greenbrier East going man-to-man right here as they get it inside the stall. She quickly goes straight to the glass and scores it. 33-27. On the wing now. Caden Stewart with it, dribbles left. She gets up top, now swings it across to Dotson, now down the corner to White. White going to drive in the lane, kicks it back out. Wide open, McClure, 3. Yes!
Why not?
Let's keep it going, McClure. She nails another one. It's 33-30 with 7:23 to go. And Eric, I think we have an early favorite for our Magic's Computer Repair player of the game.
Absolutely. Cam, I just got a text by one of our Greenbrier East baseball coaches that sent me the video. Kennedy's shot was definitely a 3, but they counted a 2.
I tried to tell him, Eric, nobody wants to listen to me, as Autumn Bain goes to the glass and is fouled on the other end of the floor. We're going to get McClure for that foul. That's her second. Let's not get her in foul trouble.
Absolutely not.
As Bain hits the first. Everything that Princeton goes up seems to go through, Eric.
Yep.
Well, were they perfect from the foul line there in the opening half? They were.
Yep.
And Bain keeps it that way as she makes another one. 6 for 6, Princeton from the line, and Coach Justice wants to climb out. We'll take it with him. 7:06 to go in the third quarter. Princeton leading 35-30. You're listening to Lady Spartan Basketball on Oldies 93 WKCJ. We've played almost a minute here in this third quarter. Greenbrier East has did trim 1 point off that Princeton advantage. It's now back up to 5 at 35-30. Caden Stewart dribbles down the corner, now goes back up top to Caroline Dotson. Dotson goes cross court to Ryan White. White has some space as she dribbles to the elbow, throws it up to Dotson, goes off her fingertips, but ends up in the hands of McClure. McClure gets it to Stewart, grabbing the baseline, and Stewart lays it up and scores. Caden Stewart caught it on the run, put it off the glass, got the score. It's 35-32 with 6:37 to go. Now inside the stall, she puts it up, misses it, rebound, Caden Stewart. Greenbrier East chance to cut it to 1 or tie it here. Greenbrier has never led in this game. And Caroline, no. Eric, I know he's your buddy, but I think you just missed one. Kennedy Stewart Caroline Dodson went across midcourt, handed it off to Caroline Dodson, and they called her for the over and back. But am I wrong? Was that a good call? Stall 3 ball from the corner, no good. Bain gets the rebound. She's tied up there by Dodson. We're going to get a jump ball call. Possession arrow points to Greenbrier East. 6:11 to go. Spartans trail it by 3. We're in the third quarter, 35-32. Kennedy Stewart across midcourt. She's picked up there by Collins. Left wing to Dodson. They back off of her. They're leaving her some space. At some point, she might need to pull the trigger here. Goes back up top to Caden Stewart. Caden tries to get a screen from White. She dribbles, goes to the elbow, now backs it out to the wing. Cross court to Dodson. Dodson has a little space, goes to the basket, gets the ball stuck on the rim. It's stuck between the backboard and the rim, but she'll go to the foul line and shoot it. I laugh sometimes about how hard Caroline Dodson lays it off the glass sometimes, and it shows you how hard, because it has to go in there pretty hard to get stuck.
That's right. Hey, bigger news, that's Maddie Stahl's third. That's a big foul for them.
Absolutely. 2 big free throws here, too, as Caroline makes the first one. That's her first points of the evening. Cuts the lead to 2, 35-33, and she'll have one more. Caroline puts it up and swishes it. Perfect on that foul shot.
Good shot.
And the Spartans are down just 1. It's 35-34.
Here we go.
They've trailed as many as 13 in this game. They've got it to 1 now. Well, on the wing, Kylie Connor looks over the defense. Connor dribbles back up top. Now hands off to Davis on the wing. She gets it back to Collins. Collins guarded by McClure, who's been fantastic tonight. Gets it to Davis. Davis goes on the wing to Collins. She fires a 3, misses everything. Rebound, though, goes into the hands of Kylie Connor. That's a backside rebound. Greenbrier should have had that one, and Connor goes right to the glass and scores. That's what you can't afford to do if you're Greenbrier East. You force the shot you want, and you let Princeton get a backside rebound and put it right back up. Now here's Dodson going to drive the lane again. Gets it up. This time her shot is blocked by Stahl. And we're going to get a jump ball called as Greenbrier East comes back in to tie it up. Possession arrow will point to Princeton. Tigers lead it by 3. 5:02 to go in the third quarter. It's 37-34.
Tell you what, we've seen the Princeton shooting we're normal to coming out the second half. They're not knocking everything down, knock on wood.
Now you just got to get some rebounds. As Stahl goes to the glass against Ryan White, and she'll draw the foul.
It'll be Ryan's first.
Spartans have pulled it as close as 1, but they've still never led. Stahl goes to the line for a pair. Left-handed shot up and good. Princeton still perfect at the line this evening. Stahl will have another one. Puts it up, flips the left hand. This one's strong off the back iron. And Eric, the announcer's jinx has worked. Princeton did get the rebound, put it back up from Kaylin Davis, but it's no good. And here come the Spartans. Ryan White breaks through the press, gets it to Stewart. Stewart gets it to a wide open Dodson on the wing. Her shot too strong. Rebound Princeton. And it's knocked out of bounds on the rebound. Last touch by Ryan White. It'll be Princeton basketball up 8, 38-34 with 4:34 to go.
Tell you what, the feel of the game feels like Greenbrier East has control of the game. So we just got to do what we can do here and just withstand the.
Stahl down in the left corner, feeds it to the elbow to Bain. Bain drives in against White. Steal there by Caroline Dodson. Dodson strips it away, and she's called for a double dribble.
It stuck her hip, but I thought it was all in transition. I don't know if that's tough.
Well, I'll just say this, Eric. We're not getting any home cooking tonight, that's for sure. As Bain pushes off, no call there. Gets it back to Collins, now back on the wing to Connor. Connor goes cross court to Davis. Now down inside the Stahl, now back out to Connor on the right wing. She backs it out, gives it to Collins, top of the key. She was open for 3, didn't try it. Bain drives the lane, pulls up just in front of the foul line, no good. Ryan White with the rebound. White gets it to Kennedy.
Great rebound.
Kennedy behind her back as he crosses midcourt. Kennedy gets it to Dotson. Dotson wide open for three. Doesn't pull the trigger, though. Goes down the corner to McClure. McClure dribbles back to the left wing. She fires just inside the three-point line this time. Her shot strong off the back iron. She nearly ties up Maddie Stahl, but Stahl strongly pulls it away as they go across midcourt to Davis. Davis now inside to Stahl. Stolen away there by McClure, and Stahl ties her up. You would have loved to see McClure be able to pull that away and get Stahl on her back there. And
That's
picked
right,
up that fourth foul. And we're going to get a timeout. Princeton's Matt Smith wants one. We'll take it with them. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Princeton 38, Greenbrier 34. You're listening to Sectional Tournament Basketball on Oldies 93 WKCJ. We've played the last minute without either team scoring. It's still 38-34. Princeton leads it here in the third quarter, 3:30 to go. Greenbrier saying it should be their basketball. Princeton is saying it should be theirs. Eventually we settle on Greenbrier East, and the Spartans inbound it with 3:30 to go. Kennedy Stewart across midcourt. Gets a screen from White. Now backs it back out. Top of the key. Leaves it for Dotson. Dotson gets the elbow to White.
Great
White
shot.
switches it through. Nothing but net on that one from Ryan White. She's got 5, and it's 38-36. Spartans continue to hang around. They've still never led in this one, but they're getting closer and closer as the clock shows 3:07 to go in the third quarter. Crowd getting into it a little bit now as the student section making some noise across the way. Princeton going to stand out and dribble.
No,
they're going to hold the
My
basketball.
Lord have mercy. Come on. Play basketball.
Connor just dribbling with the right hand. Finally, Coach Justice tells McClure to come out and defend her. She gets it over to Kaylin Davis. Now back to Connor.
What this right here says is he's scared to death right now. He is terrified.
Connor drives it to the left wing, gets it down the quarter to Collins. Now back to Collins. He's on the wing. She's pushing off again. No call. Now she pushes again at midcourt. Still no call. Gets it down the baseline to Stahl. Stahl left-handed jumper, no good. Rebound in the hands of Bain. Bain, now we're going to get a foul. We've got to call that push-off. She's running around the corner just pushing people. I cannot believe that she pushed 3 different people on that possession. As Collins going to inbound underneath the basket. Gets it up top to Connor. Watch the push here now down in the corner to Davis. Davis 3-ball, no good. But Collins gets the rebound. Greenbrier got to box out and establish position in there. As Stahl gets it back out to Collins. Now back out to Connor with 2:15. Connor feeds it into Stahl. Now gets it to Davis. She walks. Turns it over. Greenbrier basketball with 2:10. Spartans with a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Coach Justice telling Caden Stewart to rebound the basketball, and he's right there. As she didn't have possession a couple times. Can't keep giving up Princeton second or third chances. Up top to White, now back out to Dotson. She's going to fire the 3, too strong, but McKenna McClure is right there at the rebound. Gets it back to Dotson. Dotson drives the lane, puts it up with the left hand, high off the glass, no good, and Bain has the rebound. Bain, though, tied up underneath there, and they'll call the tie-up possession there, points to Princeton.
I tell you what, that poor guy.
Yeah, he struggled. We're the beneficiary of that one.
Yeah, we're the beneficiary of that one. Poor Caroline was wrapped around her back, but we'll take it. Let's go.
Connor crosses midcourt with 1:46 to go here in the third quarter. Princeton leading by 2. She's defended there by McClure, who's been fantastic tonight. She gets it over to Collins. Now back to Connor. Connor goes left wing to Davis. She's guarded by McClure. Now back up top to Collins as she'll set it up. 1:30 to go now here in the third quarter. Connor with it on the left wing. She's looking over the defense, directs some traffic. Now dribbles back between the circles, gets it right wing to Collins. Collins to Stahl, now feeds it to Davis, streaking to the basket. Her turnaround shot put up and good. Cadence jumped too early on that one, couldn't get the rebound. Back in the hands of Collins. Now down the corner to Bain. Bain going to drive the baseline. She's met there by Stewart, gets it to Stahl. Stahl drives in against Ryan White, gets the shot up, no good, but they're going to get Ryan White on the hold. Got a rebound there because we're giving Princeton 2 or 3 chances. As you said, their shooting starting to catch up with it. They're not making all those shots they did in the opening half, but you can't give them 2 or 3 chances every time down the floor. As Stahl makes the first free throw. Leads back to 3. It's 39-36. She'll have another one. 1 minute exactly to go in the third quarter. Stahl's left-handed free throw is good. 40-36. Greenbrier just keeps getting close, Eric, but they can't get over the hump and get the lead. Kennedy Stewart around the screen into the paint. She loses it, has it stolen away by Stahl. Too much dribbling again there. As back comes Princeton. Davis with it, gets to the block, puts up the shot. No good, and Ryan White called for the foul. Wow. Davis dribbling in, out of control, and she gets bailed out there with the foul from Ryan White. Her third. Hannah Fuller ready to check in. Officials going to hold her back. As Kaylin Davis going to go.
Golly, gravy.
She misses the first. Ryan White going to have to sit down with those 3 fouls. Fuller is back in. 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Got a box out here. Greenbrier has been getting beat on the offensive glass here at times. Davis puts this one up and good. 41-36. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kennedy Stewart across midcourt. She's on the right wing. Gets it up top to Dotson. Dotson top of the key. Feeds it into Fuller. Fuller on the left elbow. Now back out to McClure. McClure goes to Dotson on the left wing. Now cross court to McClure. She sails into the air to get it. Now back out to Dotson just inside the three-point line. Her shot up, no good off the back iron. And on a rebound, she's going to be whistled for a foul. And that's the 6th team foul. Foul's now 6-1. 6 for Greenbrier East, 1 for Princeton. As I said, Grandma's not making the home cooking tonight, Eric.
Not at all, man. All right, come on.
Princeton across midcourt. Looks over the Spartan defense, gets it left wing to Southers. Southers going to stop and fire a 3, short off the iron. Rebound, Ryan White. White has it, 10 seconds on the clock, and she gets it to Caden Stewart. Caden's across midcourt, 6 seconds on the clock. Caden's going to drive in the lane, puts it up with the right hand, spins it, no good. Rebound, Caden's up and no good again, knocked out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. We've played 3. Princeton hanging on so far in this sectional matchup. 41-36. We'll be right back on Oldies 93 WKCJ. Princeton fans on their feet cheering as we begin the fourth quarter. Tigers sensing a possible upset as they lead it here by 5 in this sectional 2-3 matchup. Greenbrier East just keeps getting close and close and close, but can't get it over the hump. They've been as close as 1, but they've never led this game. And they'll start the final quarter down 5. McClure with it on the right wing, gets it up top to White. Now back to McClure. McClure going to fire the shot from the corner. Hits it on the foul! How about McKenna McClure tonight? She is absolutely on fire, and that three ball pulls the Spartans a little closer, and she'll go to the line with a chance to make it one. 39-41.
Not to mention that's Maddie Stahl's fourth.
Yeah, that's a big subplot there, huh, Eric?
Absolutely.
McClure puts up this free throw in, good. 41-40, Spartans within one again. As back comes Princeton. Ryan White steals it away. Gets it to Caden Stewart. Caden's going to go to the block. Caden slays off the glass. No good, but a foul. And Caden Stewart's going to go to the line for a chance to give the Spartans their first lead in this basketball game. Big steal there by Ryan White. Gets the ball in Caden's hands. She attacks the rim, and she's going to go to the line.
My goodness, way to start the fourth quarter.
Stewart's first is good, and we're tied, 41-41. That's the first tie, Eric, since 0-0.
Gosh, way to fight back. Find some grit right here and finish this thing.
Can Greenbrier East take its first lead? Stewart shot up and good. Spartans lead it. 7:38 to go.
Don't foul, don't foul, don't foul.
Nearly another steal here. The ball's loose on the floor. We're going to get what called here? A technical foul called against Princeton's Reagan Southers. The Tigers are losing control out here, Eric. They've seen the lead slip away, and they can't handle it. And Greenbrier East is going to go to the line here with a chance to add to it. Don't know what she said exactly, but the officials saw it quickly, and he was reaching for that whistle right away, so she must have said one of the magic words.
No, she said it. She said it.
And Greenbrier East leads for the first time by one, and they're going to try to extend that now as Caden Stewart going to go to the line. Stewart's first is short, rims out. Get some encouragement from Coach Justice as she'll go back to the line for another one. This one up and rims out again. Missed both technical shots, Eric. Wow. In a one-point game. Coach Justice trying to keep her confidence up, tells her it's okay, gives her the hand clap. It'll be Greenbrier East basketball.
I'll tell you what, terrible time for a technical foul. I promise you that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Greenbrier East not able to take full advantage of it. As Cadence with it on the wing, feeds it inside to Fuller. Fuller gets it. Oh, she had Kennedy Stewart streaking to the basketball, but she drug her foot. She's called for the travel. Princeton has it back. 7:25 to go. Tigers trail it by one. Greenbrier East setting up some pressure.
Trapping.
There's a trap there, and McKenna McClure whistled for the foul. Wow. That's her third, Eric. Got to be careful there.
Only 1-1.
Got to have her on the court. Yeah, it is 1-1. Seventh team foul. 7-4 now the fouls.
Tell you what, McKenna let her go up the sideline right there, and then her leg caught her. It's an easy call for the official.
Collins to the line for the 1-1. Her first trip to the line tonight, and she puts it up and in. 42-42, 7:23 to go. Collins will have one more. This one no good. Rebound, Ryan White. Tie game, 42-42. 7:17 to go. Caden Stewart dribbles up top, gets it to Ryan White. Three ball from the wing, too strong off the back iron. Rebound into the hands of Kylie Connor. Here comes Princeton. Connor gets it to Collins. Collins drives the baseline and steps on the line, or they're going to be called for a travel.
I'll tell you what, I like the shot by Ryan White right there.
Yeah, she was open, got to let that fly.
Yep.
She's knocked one down already this game as well from there. 42-42, 7:04 to go. This last 7 minutes will decide this one. Who wants it more? Greenbrier East and Princeton. Kennedy Stewart crosses midcourt. She's guarded there by Collins, gets a screen from White. Stewart now backs it out, gets it on the wing to Dotson. Now inside to White. White at the foul line, pivots, now gets it back out to Dotson. Gets it to McClure on the wing. McClure going to go back up top, trying to find Kennedy Stewart. She does. Stewart on the wing, backs it back out, calls out the offense. Coach Justice trying to set up a play here. As Caden Stewart gets it on the wing. Stewart, right wing, drives into the lane, loses it. It's loose on the floor into the hands of Stahl. Stahl gives it off to Connor, and she'll dribble across midcourt with the game tied. Autumn Bain crosses midcourt, and they're going to say slow it down, and Tiger head coach Matt Smith wants a timeout. 6:22 to go. We're all tied here at 42. You're listening to Lady Spartan Basketball on Oldies 93 WKCJ. Postseason excitement here at Spartan Gym in Fairleigh as we're all tied with 6:22 to go. 42-42, Greenbrier East and Princeton. Which team wants it more? Princeton basketball on the inbound as Kaylin Davis looks over the Greenbrier East defense. She gets it in to Kylie Connor. Connor guarded out front by McKenna McClure. What a night she's had as she comes off the screen. Connor going to drive to the rim, puts a shot up, no good, but a foul called against Greenbrier East underneath the basket.
Ryan White.
Is that her fourth?
That's her fourth.
It'll still be 1-1, a fourth team foul. I mean, the eighth team foul. Or not 1-1, it was a shooting foul, excuse me. As it rolls out on Connor. Stay tied as Liz Wooding comes in. Ryan going to sit down with those 4 fouls.
Sorry, Cam, I screamed in your ear.
Connor will have one more, puts this one up and in. Princeton takes the lead back. It's 43-42 with 6:10 to go. Kennedy Stewart across midcourt gets a screen from Wooding, who's into the game now. Back up top to McClure. McClure going to drive, puts it up off the back iron, no good. Autumn Bain with the rebound. Bain pressured there, falls down, but able to get it over to Kylie Connor. Connor across midcourt with 5:53. Her team leads it by 1. Down the left corner now to Davis. Now back up top to Kylie Connor. Connor slowly dribbles up top. Now gets it down to the left wing with 5:40. Princeton taking its time on every possession. It likes where it is right now in this close basketball game. Stolen away here by Caroline Dotson. Dotson going to drive the floor. She's got McKenna McClure with her, and she goes to the basket. Poked away. What do we get? Foul called there against Princeton.
Yeah, about 10 seconds late.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Yeah, he is out of place here tonight for sure, but the block's going to go against Asia Collins.
I mean, I love the call, obviously, but my goodness. They were already running back up the floor.
Yeah, you were wondering where it was, and then finally it came. Kennedy Stewart inbounds to Cadence. Cadence turnaround, gets it off the rim, rolls it home. Cadence Stewart has 7 now, and Greenbrier East has the lead back. It's 44-43 with 5:16. Back and forth we go. Starr with it on the left wing. She's guarded there by Wooding. Starr puts it on the floor, tries to drive the basket. Yeah, she was trying to draw the foul, and she did. Starr had dribbled into no man's land, and her only choice was to get the foul, and Liz Wooding obliged, as that's going to send Starr to the line.
Hey, you ready for the best part of this? The official that called the foul said she wasn't shooting.
I'll take it.
Oh, never mind, he changed it. Now they're shooting.
I think it's 2 shots. Was that
it's
not
9?
19, Bill?
Wow.
Maddie stole the line. Her first one up and good. What is it about Greenbrier East and Princeton that brings out these calls we've never seen before, Eric?
Poor guy.
Same was true at Princeton, though, as Stahl puts up another one in good. Now Princeton takes the lead back, 45-44, 5:03. Kennedy Stewart gets it to Dotson on the wing. Now up top to McClure. Now back to Dotson, open for left lane three. Be there it is! Caroline Dotson strokes through the three. 4:50 to go. Greenbrier East now leads it by 2. It's 47-45. Crowd getting into this one. Good crowd here on hand tonight at Spartan Gym in Fairleigh. As Collins on the wing, guarded by Kennedy Stewart. She feeds it into Stahl. Caroline Dotson ties her up in there again. Jump ball call. Possession area will point to Princeton. But Caroline Dotson, Eric, how big has she been on some of those steals and tie-ups tonight?
And what it is, she's figured out that what they're doing, they're feeding it to Stahl, and she's a lefty. She's going to go left every time.
Inbounds pass to Bain. Baines gets it in front of Stewart, but misses a layup. Caroline Dotson gets it, and she's fouled by Bain. Princeton feeling it slip away a little bit here, Eric. See if Greenbrier East can take advantage. Spartans lead it by 2 with 4:32. Inbounds pass to Kennedy Stewart. She crosses midcourt with 4:28 to go. Spartans lead it by 2. Gets it to Cadence on the wing. Cadence, nice pass inside to Wooding. Wooding gets it up and scores it. Wills Wooding, 2 big buckets tonight. She's got 4 points, and Greenbrier East extends that lead to 49-45 now with 4:12 to go. Crowd into it big time now as Stahl goes cross court to Davis. Davis's three rims out. Rebound in the hands of Caden Stewart and Caroline Dotson. We're going to get a tie-up. Possession arrow points to Greenbrier East, and the Spartans take control of the basketball with a 4-point lead with 4:01 to go. If you're just joining us, Greenbrier East trailed by 13 in the second quarter. They've clawed back, and clawed back. Now they've got a 4-point lead with 4 minutes to go. Kennedy Stewart across midcourt, gets it to Dotson on the wing. Dotson calls out the offense as she dribbles up top between the circle. Yo-yos the ball with the right hand. Now she goes to her left, drives to the elbow. Now gets it to Wooding. Wooding now feeds it back out to Dotson. Down the corner, McKenna McClure again. This time too short. Wooding there to track down a rebound. A good strong rebound. She's going to be tied up there by Collins, but a good job there to at least switch that possession arrow.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get the next one. So get a big stop right here. There's 3 minutes. And obviously Princeton's not going to do that holding the ball junk they try to do.
49-45, 3:32 as Kylie Connor crosses midcourt, and timeout Princeton. Greenbrier East has taken control. They lead at 49-45 with 3:29 to go. We'll be right back on Oldies 93 WKCJ. Three minutes and 29 seconds stands between Greenbrier East and a meeting in a sectional final on Friday. Spartans lead at 49-45 over Princeton here. Greenbrier East trailed by as many as 13. Has the 4-point lead now as Princeton inbounds just in front of us. Kylie Connor has it. She crosses midcourt, guarded by McKenna McClure. She goes left to the wing, now backs it out. Connor drives in, gets down the corner to Collins. Collins dribbles back to the wing. She's guarded there by Kennedy Stewart. Now back to Collins with 3:12 as she goes all the way around the circle. Drives down the baseline, gives it to Davis. Davis now back up top to Bain. Bain going to drive in against Caden Stewart, puts it up no good. Caroline Dotson has the rebound. Dotson gets it to Ryan White, now back in the hands of Caden Stewart. 2:59 to go now. We're inside 3 minutes. Spartans lead it by 4. Caden Stewart dribbles between the circles. She goes to the right now, gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy on the right wing on Jim Justice's signature, goes back up top, dribbles all the way around the circle, gives it to Caroline. Caroline now back out to Ryan White. White going to drive the baseline. And Coach Justice wants a timeout. 2:39 to go. East leading at 49-45. We'll be back on Oldies 93 WKCJ. .239 left on the fourth quarter clock. Will it be 2:39 left in Princeton's season? Greenbrier East hopes so, as they'll try to secure this victory in the last few minutes. Spartans lead at 49-45. Kennedy Stewart inbounds it up top to Caroline Dotson. Dotson backs out. She'll dribble slowly with the right hand as she backs out toward midcourt. No problem running some clock here. She gets it on the wing to McKenna McClure. McClure dribbles back up, now goes cross court to Dotson. Dotson now on the left wing, dribbles and has it stolen away as she tries to get it to Caden Stewart. Underneath to Davis. Davis left-handed layup is good. 49-47, big bucket there from Princeton. And there's now 2:12 to go as Kennedy Stewart gets it across midcourt with 2:08. Spartans lead it by 2. Kennedy leaves it on the wing for Dotson. Dotson going to drive in, gets it out to McClure, stolen away there by Kylie Connor. 2 steals in a row for Princeton. Connor going to go straight to the glass. Ryan White tries to draw a charge. Dutton, shot no good. Rebound by Stahl. Stahl puts it back up and ties the game. 49-49. Inbounds pass to Caden Stewart. Caden's across midcourt to Dotson. Dotson drives in against Bain. Left-handed layup, no good. Bain gets the rebound. 3 empty possessions in a row for Greenbrier East with a 4-point lead. Here comes Stahl driving the block, puts it up against Ryan White, scores it. 51-49 Princeton. Greenbrier East wants a timeout with 1:30 to go. We'll be back for the exciting final 90 seconds on Oldies 93 WKCJ. It looked as though Greenbrier East had withstood the Princeton challenge as they had a 4-point lead. But in the course of a minute, Princeton scores 6 in a row, and the Tigers now lead at 51-49 with a minute 30 to go. Kennedy Stewart across midcourt, met there by Collins. Kennedy drives down the right baseline, now backs it out, gets it to White. Now up top to Dotson, now back to White. White to Dotson. Dotson open for a 3 from the wing. Off the glass, no good. Rebound into the hands of Collins. Collins met in the backcourt. She dribbles into some pressure. Got to get it across midcourt. She does. Gets it to Bain with 1:05. Bain guarded there on the right wing by Caroline Dotson. And Dotson picks up a foul with 1:03. And that's going to send Bain to the line for a pair. Caroline's fourth, which could matter, Eric, because you never know. 4 quarters might not be enough to decide it. As Bain puts this one up in good, gives the Tigers a 3-point lead with 1:03. Bain will have one more, puts it through. 53-49, an 8-0 run from Princeton when Greenbrier East needed it the least. Ryan White, left wing, gets across court to McClure. McClure up top between the circles, gets it back to White. White looking for Caden Stewart inside, clock down to 51 seconds. Gets it up to Kennedy. Kennedy going to drive in on the elbow, now backs it out. Gets it to McClure. McClure back up top to Dotson. Greenbrier East using too much clock here. Dotson going to drive the basket. Nice pass there. McClure can't finish it with the left hand. Collins has the rebound. She's knocked to the floor for the foul. McKenna McClure has made everything tonight. Couldn't get that one to go. Right underneath the basket. And Princeton up 4 can add to it as it goes to the line on the other end. Foul goes against Kennedy Stewart. Her second, and Collins will have a pair. She's 1 for 2 so far tonight at the line. Her first one is up and good. Collins makes it 54-49 with just 36.7 seconds. She'll have another one. This one no good. Rebound to Ryan White. White tied up underneath there, and we're going to get a foul called.
We'll take it. We'll go shoot him. Let's go, Ryan.
Foul goes against Collins. Her fourth. Again, Eric, you think those fouls don't really matter at this point in the game, but you never know. We could have an extra period to play here.
Yep.
Ryan White goes to the line. A big free throw here. It's 1-1. White's first one is up, rims out, rebound in the hands of Stahl. She's met there by Kennedy Stewart. We get a jump ball, possession arrow, points to Greenbrier East. And Coach Justice wants a timeout. 33 seconds to go. Greenbrier East trails at 54-49. We'll be back for the exciting conclusion here on Oldies 93 WKCJ. .33 seconds to go. Greenbrier East needs a bucket and needs it quick. They trail by 5 to Princeton. Kennedy Stewart inbounds underneath the basket. She gets it to Ryan White. Now back up top to Dotson. Can't use too much time. Kennedy Stewart gets it down in the corner. She's going to dribble back up. Clock down to 27 seconds now. Swings it right wing to McClure. Now down the corner to White. White drives, gets it back to Dotson. Dotson fakes the 3, drives in, puts it up with the left hand, scores it. 54-51, 16.5 seconds. Coach Justice calls timeout again. We'll take it with him. 16.5 seconds left. Lady Spartans trail by 3 on Oldies 93 WKCJ. 16.5 seconds to go. Princeton trying to hold on. Greenbrier East trying to mount one more comeback. It'll be Princeton basketball leading 54-51, 16.5 seconds. Davis tries to inbound underneath the basket. She looks over the Spartan defense, throws it into Collins. Collins is pushed and fouled by Caden Stewart right in front of us with 14.7 seconds. Caden's first foul. Officials going to come put more time on the clock. They say it should be 16.4.
We'll take it, won't we?
Absolutely.
Take an extra couple seconds.
And we're going to send Kylie Connors to the line. She's 1 for 2 tonight. She'll have a pair. Make one of those would be huge. That makes it a 2-possession game. See if we can catch a break and have her miss both, though. Be a shame for Greenbrier East to lose this game, Eric, the way they battled back and the contributions from McKenna McClure tonight. And it looked like it was in our control. And we just had that one little spurt there. We let them go on about an 8-0 run over the course of a minute.
It was just bam, bam, bam. And that's the only time all night that Princeton's ran the floor.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
A couple of turnovers were big there.
Yeah.
And
They just,
trying to get this clock situated. He wants 16.5 on it. We're having trouble getting it done.
You can go old school and just hold it for 2 seconds, then start it.
Yeah. And both teams are going to. It was 16.5, yeah, when they threw it in. So I think he's going to say no time came off the clock. We got it to 16, and they say that's good enough.
Yeah, good enough.
Well, that's going to send Connor to the line. Greenbrier East, no timeouts remaining. Connor has a pair. We need her to miss them both. The first one is up short. Leaves the door open there. She'll have one more. Coach Justice telling his team rebound. That's the worst thing you can do here is have her miss them. Still get the rebound. This shot put up. No good. Rebound, Ryan White.
Come on.
Here comes Greenbrier East. McKenna McClure with it across midcourt. Gets it to Kennedy Stewart. 11 seconds on the clock. Kennedy looking for some room as she dribbles to her left. Kennedy goes to the basket, puts up a floater. No good. Rebound. Stall falls to the floor. We're going to get a foul called against Caden Stewart. Yeah, Greenbrier East really needed a three there.
Yeah.
And Stahl going to go to the line, and she can basically, with 4 seconds to go, put this one away with a made shot. And she's made a ton of them at the line tonight. She's 7 for 8.
Yeah, she's got a really good foul shot.
Greenbrier East got what it needed on that last trip as Princeton missed them both, but Stahl hits the first one here. Princeton calls timeout. Matt Smith. Oh, what is he doing?
Acting like a fool.
Hey, he's waving his arms in the air and looking over at the Spartan bench. I don't think there's any need for that. And we'll have a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 54-51, Princeton leads it. You're listening to Lady Spartan Basketball on Oldies 93 WKCJ. right at half court, but it won't be enough as final score, Princeton 56, Greenbrier East 54. That does it. Tigers move on to the sectional championship game against Woodrow Wilson on Friday night. Greenbrier East sees its season come to an end with a 15-8 record. We'll be back to wrap this one up and put a bow on the season here on Oldies 93 WKCJ. Back here on the Cornerstone IGA postgame show from Spartan Gym in Fairleigh. Greenbrier East season comes to an end here in the first game of the sectional tournament as the Spartans fall to Princeton 56-54. It was an entertaining game to say the least. It was just back and forth. Princeton opened it up early, led 7-2, led 16-5 at the end of the first quarter, led by as many as 13 early in the second quarter, but then Greenbrier East stormed back to make it a close game. At the half, it was 31-27. Greenbrier East for most of the third quarter was right there, got it within 2, got it within 1, couldn't quite get over the hump, but the Spartans finally took their first lead of the game with 7:38 to go. They led it 42-41, and then they were up as many as 4, had it 49-45 with about 2.5 minutes to go. Things were looking good for Greenbrier East. They were looking to put the finishing touches on it, and Princeton just bam, went on an 8-0 run. All of a sudden took the lead, and the Spartans could never quite recover. Princeton goes to the foul line, makes a couple big free throws. Kennedy Stewart nails the half quarter to make the final score 56-54, and the Spartans sweep the regular season series over Princeton, but can't get it done here when it matters most tonight. And Princeton will move on to face Woodrow Wilson in a sectional championship on Friday.
Yeah, and the game it wasn't even really a game of runs. You know what I mean? Like, Greenbrier stormed back. Yes, that was our run, okay? And then it was in 1 minute, the game just flipped. And that was the only time all night that Princeton ran the floor and got out in front and tried to even make layups, really. The rest of them were jump shots they made that they normally don't make. So a tough loss, my goodness. I'm still kind of just in shock a little bit.
Yeah, that one definitely hurts. I mean, the way they came back, they did a lot of things well. McKenna McClure with a career night, fantastic effort for Greenbrier East. But that one, it's sort of like if Mountaineer fans out there watch that West Virginia Texas Tech game on Saturday. West Virginia controlled most of the game, but it was like a little 1 minute stretch that turned the whole thing, and that's what would happen to Greenbrier East here tonight as they fall to Princeton and see the season come to a close. And Eric, when you kind of look back at this one, that slow start for Greenbrier East, although they were able to overcome it, it kind of came back to bite them there at the end because, you know, if Princeton doesn't start as fast as they did, the game is really not close in the second half, and Greenbrier East wouldn't have had to survive to get through that scare. But that rough start definitely hurt them.
It did hurt them. You know, we were down so big, and then of course we knew we were going to come back. You know, it's just the tale of what we've done all year, really. And we fought back, and they started listening a little bit and calming down, and just came up short. And you hate it especially for a game like McKenna had tonight. I hate that for her. You know, she played outstanding. 21 points for her, my goodness. And it just stinks when you come up with a loss like that.
Yeah, and as I look at these final numbers, Eric, Princeton, as we said, they were shooting 50% at the half. They finished just 39 for the game as they shoot 26% in the second half, which we knew that was going to happen. We said it at halftime. But the number that jumps out to me, Princeton 19 of 26 at the foul line, Greenbrier East 8 of 11. So they outscore Greenbrier East by 11 points there, take 15 more free throws than do the Spartans. So that's a huge factor in a close game like this.
Absolutely. And then honestly, I wanted to look at the rebounds. It was 27-31, but I just felt like Princeton ate us up on the boards, you know what I mean?
Especially offensive glass. Princeton so many times had second and third chances, and Greenbrier East would get the stop they needed, but Princeton would get the rebound and set it back up, and that hurts when you're battling to get stops and you have to do it 2 or 3 times in a row in one possession.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Coach sat there all night and said, rebound. He knew that we were going to have to rebound to win this game, and they got us on the boards, and obviously at the foul line, it's tough to win like that.
It is, and a disappointing end to what was a fun season for Greenbrier East. So hate to see it in this way, but I guess all good things got to come to an end sometime.
Yeah, you're right, and a lot of fun with this team. And Caden's the lone senior, so there's a lot of coming back hopefully, and there's a lot of good that's still going to come out of this, and a lot of coaching moments that I know these girls are still going to get coached on after this game. So
yeah, you look at this, Eric, and I want to say this, and you know you hear rumors sometimes that this person might not play that next year, and you don't know who's coming back and this and that, but this group needs to know that what lies in front of them could be special. We saw it on Saturday against Chapmanville, the way they played, what they could be. We saw McKenna McClure. She hasn't, she had a up and down season as a freshman. But we saw tonight exactly what she could be. If you keep these pieces together, young pieces, Ryan White, Caroline Dotson, Kennedy Stewart, Hannah Fuller, all the youth this team has, you add this one standing in front of us to it next year, and it could really be something special. So I really hope if the girls are happen to be listening, I hope everybody comes back out. I hope they stay together because this is a special group, and they could do something special if they keep it together.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, everybody for so long has talked about the groups just gelling together and being a Charleston team. You know what I mean? So hopefully that all sticks together and works well, and we end up in Charleston at some point.
And it's still, Eric, it's kind of like we're seeing now in college basketball with the transfer portal and the roster turnover every year. The way to build a good team is still to have a group that sticks together year after year. And there's some talent, some young talent here, freshmen, sophomores, even eighth graders on their way up, that can gel together and make something special, but they have to stick together. They have to stay together. That's how you build a championship team. That's how the Cabell Midlands and the teams across Morgantown, the teams across the state that we see there every year get it done. So I hope this Lady Spartan program can do the same because I think they have the potential to do it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of athleticism on this team. You know, you talk about the Ryan Whites, the Caroline Dotsons, just McKenna, you know what I mean? A lot of length, and hopefully some of the girls that decided not to play this year come out and play. You know? There's length there. So hopefully put it all together and bring this team back storming next year.
Yeah, and it, if they're anybody questioning, is it worth it? Is it all, to come out and do it? Just think back to Saturday night. This gym was packed. It was loud. It was fun. They're playing fantastic basketball. And even tonight when they went on that run, this place exploded a couple times.
It was crazy.
You think about that atmosphere. Think about how much fun that is. And to me, it's worth it to come out here and put on a show for these fans who definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, I tell you what, I sort of called the fans out on Saturday night and said,
Yeah.
show up. I tell you what, there was 2 times tonight I actually took my headset off. I just wanted to hear it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was loud, and the floor was shaking. People were stomping behind us and yelling at the Princeton fans, and all the good stuff was happening tonight. So it was really good to see this gym packed up.
All right, we're going to take a break, one more break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the totals, name our Magic's Computer Repair Player of the Game, and wrap things up for the 2022-23 season of Lady Spartan basketball. Stay with us on Oldies 93 WKCJ. Back one more time here on the Cornerstone IGA postgame show on Oldies 93 WKCJ. Cam Huffman, Eric Workman here with you. Spartans lose it 56-54 to Princeton in a winner-go-home game, so the Lady Spartan season comes to an end with a 15-8 record. A good season overall for Greenbrier East. A lot of fun to cover this team all the way. And, Eric, it's time now to name our Magic's Computer Repair Player of the Game.
Absolutely. We're going to go with McKenna McClure. She had 21 points tonight, 2 rebounds, both offensive. And then, she was everywhere tonight. She rebounded the ball well. She defended well, shot it the best she's shot all year. It was great to see that. And she should have a lot of confidence ending tonight. Unfortunately, ending tonight, going into next season.
Caden Stewart finishes tonight with 8 points, so she'll round out a fantastic Greenbrier East career with 1,545 points. That's good enough for second all-time at Greenbrier East High School, so a tough way to see Caden Stewart's career come to an end, but what a fantastic run it was.
Yeah, absolutely. My goodness. And like you said, you've watched every shot go in.
Yep. Yep. It's definitely been a lot of fun. Kennedy's finishes with 9 tonight. McClure, as you mentioned, was the only Spartan in double figures. Caroline Dawson had 7, and Liz Wooding had 4 big points off the bench. I thought those were going to make a huge difference tonight. Not quite enough in the end. Princeton was led by Maddie Stahl and Autumn Bain, who had 17 points each, and 10 points for Kaylin Davis. That rounds out the scoring for tonight's game. But, Eric, I was looking at – go ahead. If you had
I do. I tell you what, we talk about Ryan's play about every week or every night, deflections and rebounds and everything like that. She did lead the team in rebounds tonight. She had 10 rebounds tonight as well.
Yeah, and that was the point I was going to make, Eric, because I wanted to kind of add to what we were saying about the future of this program, and we were provided with some final stats just a moment ago, and when you look through them, it kind of shows you what we were just talking about with the future of this program if everybody comes back and sticks together. Obviously, Caden Stewart was leader of this team. The points leader did a ton. That's going to be a big loss when you lose her. But you look, she finishes up the season with 452 points, 32 assists, and 161 rebounds. But you look at what you get back. Let's start with Kennedy Stewart, 309 points, 81 assists, the team best total there, 87 rebounds. That comes back. You look at Caroline Dodson, 190 points, 50 steals, 44 assists, 111 rebounds. That comes back. You look at McKenna McClure and what she did tonight. She scored 124 points on the season, had 34 steals, had 76 rebounds, 36 assists. That comes back. Ryan White, who we've been talking about, led the team with 170 rebounds, and all those hustle plays she makes, averages 7 rebounds a game, has scored 105 points, had 34 steals, 34 assists. That comes back. All this, Hannah Fuller, we talked about her development over the course of the season. She scores 104 points, grabs 130 rebounds, does a lot of good things for Greenbrier East. 33 blocked shots for Hannah Fuller to lead the team in that category. So all that comes back, and you add some talent from Eastern Greenbrier with it. Those numbers tell you this can be a special team as we move forward.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of numbers on that sheet that pop, right?
Right.
Okay, and a lot of athleticism. So it's super exciting for Greenbrier East High School and obviously the coaching staff and the girls.
Absolutely, and it's been our pleasure to bring you the action all season long. It's been a fun season. Eric, I appreciate you joining me all year. It's a whole lot more fun than talking to myself, that for sure, and you did a great job. Appreciate you. Definitely give credit to our Pat Williams and our entire staff at Radio Greenbrier, as they did a fantastic job all year to bring you the action, and Joe Sharp and Greenbrier Valley Television as well. So it's been a fun year. Hate to see it end like this, but we appreciate the run along the way and be able to bring you all the action, and appreciate the listeners across there. We get feedback. We're out in town. We hear from people who want to talk about the game all the time, and that's always fun for us. So we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Any final words from you as we wrap it up?
Nope, I appreciate the opportunity. I had a lot of fun. I hate I missed a few games, just other obligations prior to knowing I was going to do this, but I enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun, and thank you to everybody. It really takes a lot of people to make this happen. So. It
does, and I echo those sentiments. Thank you to the Greenbrier East coaching staff, Coach Justice and Holly Gillespie, the assistants, and everybody there at Greenbrier East, and Athletic Director Jason Stewart for helping us get this job done and allowing us to bring you the action. I know we're very appreciative of being able to do it, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. But for the final time in the 2022-23 season, I'm Cam Huffman for Eric Workman saying good night from Spartan Gym in Fairleigh.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Logo, shirt, signs, and embroidery. For Southern West Virginia, we can handle all your needs. From signs to apparel to uniforms, we offer all the services that you're looking for. Choose Moco, yeah, Moco for embroidery and more. Call 304-772-4444.
The power of three. Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. Three dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
Hi, I'm Janet Niehawk with S.J. Niehawk Lumber, your home solution for 75 years. Whether your project's small or large, we can help fill your needs. Good luck to the athletes and coaching staff of Greenbrier East Spartans for the year 2022-23. Go Spartans!
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
Marketplace in Beckley is the official road game stop of Lady Spartan basketball, providing pregame meals for the players and coaches on every trip. Make Tamarack your pregame destination and enjoy sandwiches, wraps, soups, and salads, as well as a wonderful selection of entrees such as West Virginia rainbow trout, meatloaf with gravy, and chicken pot pie. Don't forget the delectable desserts, including Greenbrier peaches and cream, and an all-day brunch on Sundays. That's Tamarack Marketplace, the official road game stop of the Lady Spartan.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned.